Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I hope and pray every single student is doing well. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all of your hard work. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala open up the door of knowledge for each and every single one of you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant you all ilm nafi'. Inshallah, today's assembly is to go over everything that you need to know for the upcoming exams. So we have our middle of year exams coming up very soon, inshallah. Today's assembly is to explain everything that you need to know for the middle of year exams. First of all, I will show you the exam timetable. Then I will talk you through the exam timetable. We will talk about how you will go home and which entrance you should use and how you will go home during the exam period. And then I will end on when we have our holidays, inshallah. So, without using any more time, let's begin. So, inshallah, the next couple of days, you will continue having lesson inside your own class, and you will continue having your progress tests. Then on Monday, the 2nd of December, until Thursday, the 5th of December, so that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, then 4 days, are your revision days. So during these 4 days, your teacher will go over all the revision. So the revision for Quranic studies, the revision for Qaida, Juz Amma, or Quran, the revision for Islamic studies, which are all of your An-Nasiha subjects, or your Alif to Ya subject, and everything that you will be tested on in basic essentials. So these 4 days are for your exam revision. The very first exam will be on Friday, the 6th of December. That will be your Quran exams. So if you're in B1 and G1, it will be your Qaida exam. If you're in B2 and G2, it will be Juz Amma exam. And for the 3, 4, and 5 classes, boys and girls, it will be the Quran exam. And this will be an oral exam and it will take place inside your own classroom. Then the following Monday, Monday the 9th of December, will be the Basic Essentials exam. Now, Basic Essentials will be an oral exam and everything will be tested from memory. You will not be allowed to look inside and read. You will have to read from memory. Everything that you have been tested, that you have studied from the beginning of the year until now, everything will be tested on. So you must know and you must be able to memorize and read from memory everything that you have studied from the beginning of the year until now. And that will be on Monday, the 9th of December. Then on Tuesday, the 10th of December, until Friday, the 13th of December, these 4 days will be the day where we will do the An-Nasiha exam. Now, for the 2 classes, the B2 and G2, your An-Nasiha exam will be an oral exam. It will not be a written exam. But for the 3, 4, and 5 classes, boys and girls, it will be a written exam which will take place upstairs in the hall, and it will be the similar format that we use, where we will have the boys at the front, the girls at the back, and every single person will be given a seating number. So you must sit at the number which has been allocated for you. Now, for the first 3 days of the An-Nasiha exam, there will be 2 exams in one day. So on Tuesday, the 10th of December, we have 2 exams, 2 written exams, which are the fiqh and ahadith. We have fiqh and ahadith. Each paper you will be given 50 minutes, 50 minutes to write your answers in. Then one paper will be collected in, and then the second one will be given to you. So on Tuesday we have fiqh and ahadith written exam. Same 2 subjects we have for the B2 and G2. So your exams will be oral exams, and this will take place in a classroom downstairs. They're the same 2 subjects, but it is for the B2 and G2s, it is an oral exam, and for the 3, 4, and 5s, it is a written exam with the same 2 subjects, fiqh and ahadith. Moving on to Wednesday, the 11th, we have the same format. So B2 and G2s will have an oral exam. And the 2 subjects on Wednesday will be akhlaq and adab. So for the 3, 4, and 5 class, it will be a written exam upstairs in the hall. And you will have 50 minutes for each exam paper. The exam papers are short. They are not very long. And inshallah, 50 minutes will be enough for you to complete the paper. And on Thursday, same format for the B2 and G2s. It will be an oral exam downstairs, and the 2 subjects will be Sirah and Tarikh. And for the 3, 4, and 5, it will be a written exam upstairs in the hall, and it will be Sirah and Tarikh. Again, you have 50 minutes to complete each paper. Then on Friday, for the B1 and G1 class, we have their Alif to Ya exam. This means that the B1 and G1 class, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you do not have any exam. But during these 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, there will be a teacher who will be inside your classroom, and they will be helping you prepare for your Alif to Ya exam. They will help you study, and they will also do some mock tests, which are practice tests inside the classroom to get you ready for your exam on Friday. Also on Friday for the B2 and G2s, we have an oral exam, and Friday will just be one subject because we have completed 6 and we have a total of 7 subjects. This leaves one subject. So on Friday will be the last exam, and it will be Aqaid. So for B2 and G2, it will be an oral exam on Aqaid, and for the 3, 4, and 5 classes, it will be a written exam on Aqaid. Now, you will notice that Friday the 13th of December, all the exams finish, but we still have 1 week left until holidays. The reason being is after you complete your exams, you still come to madrasa, you will come back on Monday the 16th, and now during this week, your teacher will go over the exam papers with you, and you will be able to see how you should have answered the questions inside the exam paper. And the teacher will help you to understand the question, and they will help you to answer that question correctly so that you could, inshallah, get more marks in the end of your exam. So we use this 1 week after the exams where the teacher, your own classroom teacher, will help you to understand the exam paper better so that you can do better in the end of your exam. It is for your own benefit that we have done this. So we will use 4 days to go over all of the exams with you in class. Then Thursday the 19th of December, that day will be the day where all of your exam results for the middle of year and your reports, your student reports on how well you have been doing from the beginning of the year until now, will be sent to your parents. And that will be the last day of madrasa for students. Then on Friday the 20th of December, which will be the last day of school for many of you, that will be a holiday from madrasa. Students do not need to come in on that day. Only parents need to come in, and we will have a parents' evening where the teachers will give back the parents your exam paper, and they will also inform your parents about how well you have been doing and any areas that you need to improve on. Then you will have a holiday, and inshallah, you will return back on Monday, the 6th of January, the same day that you return back to school, the same day you will return back to madrasa. Now, moving on to the next point. The next point is very important. What will every class be tested on in the middle of year exam? So, for Quran, the B1 and G1 class will be tested on Qaida, page 4 till the end of page 10. That is what you will be tested on. B2 and G2, you will be tested on Juz Amma, and your test will be from Surah Fajr until Surah Nas. For B3 and G3, you will be tested on anywhere from the beginning of Juz 1 until the end of Juz 4. And for B4 and G4, you will be tested on anywhere from Juz 8.5 from Surah A'raf. So you find Juz 8, find the half, and you will find a surah that begins with Surah A'raf. You will be tested on from anywhere from there until the end of Juz 11. And for B5 and G5, you will be tested on Juz 16 from the beginning of Surah Maryam until the end of Juz 19. So the examiner will pick 3 places from anywhere in these places, and you will be tested on any random 3 places. And this will be up to the examiner. For Islamic studies, so B1 and G1, you do not have an exam on An-Nasiha because you have not started it yet. So your exam will be on the Alif to Ya book, the purple book, and it will be on all the letters Alif until Sheen, page 1 until 26. The examiner will ask you, for example, Alif is for Allah, and you will have to tell them what Alif is for. So the examiner will say, what is Alif for? And then you will say, Alif is for Allah. And then the examiner will say, can you tell me everything you know about Allah? So then you will say the 3 sentences that are in the book. Allah is our creator, we only worship Allah, and so on and so forth. You will say the 3 sentences. If you get all of them right, you will be given 4 marks in total. You will be given 1 mark for Alif is for Allah. Then you will be given 3 marks for the 3 sentences that you are able to say to the examiner. So for every letter, you will be given 4 marks. 4 marks for Alif, 4 marks for Ba, 4 marks for Ta, and so on, all the way until Sheen. For B2 and G2, you will be tested on course book 2 and Nasiha, but it will not be a written exam, it will be an oral exam. And you'll be tested on, from Fiqh chapter, you'll be tested from page 28 until 39. In Ahadith, you will be tested on page 50 to 55. In Seerah, you will be tested on page 62 until 68. In Tarikh, you will be tested on page 78 until 84. In Akhlaq, you will be tested on page 11 to 127. In Adab, you will be tested on page 140 to 144. And in Aqaid, you will be tested on page 88 to 97. It is only through these pages that you need to revise, and the questions will only come from these pages. For B3 and G3, you will be tested on the full course book 3, and for B4 and G4 and B5 and G5, you will be tested on the full course book 5. The full course book 5. Now in Basic Essentials, B1 and G1, you will be tested on ta'awudh and tasmiyah. You will have to know what ta'awudh is, what tasmiyah is. You must be able to say it from memory, and you must be able to say the English translation. For B2 and G2, you'll be tested on dua for thana, dua for tashahhud. You'll be tested on kalima 5 and Surah Ikhlas and Surah Falaq. And this will all be from memory. For B3 and G3, you'll be tested on all the wudu du'as before, whilst, and after wudu. You'll be tested on the dua after milk, dua when you eat as a guest, dua for qa'da akhirah, dua for dua qunut, the dua when it rains, the dua when you hear bad news, and the dua when you welcome a haji back from Hajj. You will be tested on hadith number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You'll be tested on Surah Kafirun, Surah Kawthar, Surah Ma'un, Surah Quraysh, and Surah Fil. You'll be tested on practical Salah, practical Adhan, and practical Iqamah. And you will be tested on the Asma'ul Husna, the 99 names of Allah, number 1 until 36. So all of these things you will be tested on from memory. And bear in mind, you will be tested on everything. So if you do not know something, you will say pass and you will get a 0 for that. So if you make an attempt, you will at least get some marks. And if you read it very good, then you will get a high mark. You will be tested on everything that you have memorized from the beginning of the year until now. For B4 and G4, B5 and G5, 4 of your classes will be tested on the dua for entering the masjid and leaving the masjid, the 2 shopping area duas, the dua when you break your fast at iftar time, the dua when you have a fever, the dua when you see a new moon, the takbir tashriq, the dua when you start a journey, the dua when you are sitting on the transport, and the dua when you return from a journey. You will also be tested on hadith number 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 in basic essentials. You will be tested on Surah Adiyat, Surah Zilzal, and Surah Bayyina from memory. You will also be tested on how to perform Eid Salah, the 4 farad of wudu, the 5 mustahabbat in wudu, and the sunnah method of wudu. And for the Asma'ul Husna, the 99 names of Allah, you will be tested on number 1 until number 56, 5, 6. So you will be tested on 56 Asma'ul Husna. So this paper will be in your classroom. You will be able to see this inside your own classroom. Have a look at it, get familiar with it, so that you know exactly what you need to prepare for the mid-year exam. And also the timetable will also be on the door inside your classroom, or if you're upstairs inside B4 and B5, it will be on the wall next to where your classroom sign is. Now, every single student will be given a seating number for the written exams. This paper will also be on the door inside your class. Have a look at it, find your name, and get familiar with what your number is. So every single class that is doing written exams only, they must check this paper and get familiar with where you are sitting. Now this brings me on to a couple of more important points that you need to bear in mind. All of the oral exams for Quran and Basic Essentials that take place on Friday, Quran exam, and Monday, Basic Essentials exam, these 2 exams take place in your own classroom. So on Friday, the 6th of December, go to your own class. If you're in B2, go to B2. If you're in B5, go to B5. If you're in G3, go to G3. When you go there, you will find you go to your own class and you will find a different examiner. There will be a different teacher that will come to your class to take your exam. So on the Friday for the Quran exam, go to your own class. And for Monday, the Basic Essentials exam, go to your own class. Then from Tuesday, the system changes slightly because now the 3, 4, and 5 classes will now all be upstairs. The boys and girls, they will all be upstairs. Now this leaves the 1 and 2 classes. It leaves G1 and G2, and it leaves B1 and B2 downstairs. Now downstairs, during the Islamic Studies exams, G1, you will stay in your own class. Your classroom will not move. G2, you will stay in your own class. Your class will not move. But B1, your class will move. Your class during the Islamic Studies exam will now move to the G3 classroom. The G3 classroom. So on the day, on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, instead of going to your normal class B1, you will go to class G3 during the Islamic Studies exams. Now, as a reminder, we will leave a sign on the front of your door, and also we will leave a sign on the front of classroom G3 so that you know that that is your B1 classroom. That is a temporary classroom. It's not your new class. It's just for 4 days you will be inside that class. And for B2, your class will also change. B2, your class will change, and your class will be moved to classroom G5. G5. So B2, your classroom will change to G5. It is a temporary classroom and it is just for 4 days. Now bear in mind, during this time when B1 and B2 are downstairs on the girls' side of the passage, G1 and G2, you will continue using the girls' toilets, and B1 and B2, you must still use the boys' toilets. So you will come out from the passage, which is near the G5 class. You will come out from there, and then you will walk all the way to the top of the boys' passage, and then you will use the boys' toilets. During this time, you will not use the girls' toilets. You will still use the boys' toilets. And the whole side for the boys' passage will be used for prayer. It will be used for musallis. It will be used for the people who come to pray. So that whole side will be used for salah during the exam time. Now, another important point to remember and to get familiar with is during the exams, what will happen at home time, and which entrance do you come in from? This is very important. So please listen carefully. During the Quran exam and Basic Essentials exam, so on the Friday and the Monday, the order of leaving will be the same, and your entrance will be the same, and your exit will be the same as normal. Nothing will change. So on the Friday for Quran exam, you come in from the normal door, you put your shoes where you normally put them, and you go to your normal class. And at home time, the the order of leaving will be the same. The only difference will be it will not be your teacher taking you home and taking you through the passage. It will be the examiner teacher, the one who is taking your exam. They will be the one taking you out, getting your shoes, and taking you outside into the car park. That is the only difference. The same order will remain. G5 first, 4, then G4, then G3, then G2, then G1, then B1, B2, and B3. The same order will remain for these 2 days. Friday, a Quran exam, and Monday, Basic Essentials exam. Now, on Tuesday, when the An-Nasiha exams start, this is where things will change. So now on Tuesday, when the An-Nasiha exam happens, the girls will now come in from the car park entrance, not the normal car park entrance, the shutter, the single shutter that opens, and as soon as you come in from that door, there are stairs that bring you upstairs to the masjid. So all the girls, G3, 4, and 5, they will come in from that side. They will put their shoes on the shoe rack, and then they will come in to the exam hall from that side. That entrance is also your exit. You will leave from that side as well. For the boys will come in as normal from their roadside entrance. So they will put their shoes in the normal area that they put their shoes, in front of the male wudu area. That is where you will put your shoes. And your exit will be your normal exit from the car park. So the boys, what you normally do is you come and you get your shoes, and then you walk all the way to the car park exit. For the boys, this will stay the same. So this tartib and this system will stay the same for you. Now, but the order of leaving will be different. So now downstairs we have 4 classes during the An-Nasiha exam. So during the An-Nasiha Islamic Studies exams, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we have 4 classes downstairs and we have 6 classes upstairs. So the 4 classes downstairs will leave first. And the closest class to the exit is actually B2. They're the closest class to the exit. So they will go out first, they will get their shoes, and then they will leave the building. Then B1 will get their shoes and leave the building. Then G2 will get their shoes and leave the building. And then G1 will get their shoes and leave the building under the supervision of their examining teacher. Once the downstairs is empty, then we will get the upstairs classes outside. Now we will get the girls to go out from the shutter exit. So we will get the G3s, then the G4s, then the G5s. They will go out. Then we will get the B3s, B4s, and B5s to go out class by class from the masjid exit, which is upstairs at the back. They will go out from the double doors, they will go downstairs, they will get their shoes, and then they will walk down the passage to the car park exit under the supervision of their examining teacher, and then they will go outside into the car park. Once you see your teacher, once you see your parent, you tell your teacher, my mom and dad is there, and then they will let you go to them. If they have not arrived, stay with your class and follow them to the line. Stay with your teacher until your parents arrive. Now, inshallah, after exams are finished, for 1 week, we will go over the exam papers with you in class. Your class teacher will now be back with you on Monday, the 16th of December, and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. These 4 days, the teachers will go over the exam papers with you. So use that time wisely to fix your mistakes that you made inside the exam. Now, you will not be able to change your results, but you will be able to learn how you should have answered the exam paper and what type. Maybe you read the question wrong and you wrote a completely different answer. So your teacher will explain what the question is actually saying and how you should have answered. So it's an important time for you to get familiar with the exam paper and use that information to your benefit for the end of year exam. When the end of year exam happens, when you read the question now, you should be able to understand it far better because the teacher has explained it to you. And the teacher will also say that the examiner will have accepted this answer. They would have accepted this answer, that answer. So then you get familiar as well with how the marking scheme works so that you can get better results in your end of year exam. Now, bear in mind, throughout the year, you have been having progress tests. All of these tests results are written and they are added to your end of year result. This middle of year exam, the results are saved and they are also added to your end of year result. At the end of year, once we finish the full year and we have our end of year exam, the results from there are also added up and totaled together with your progress test, with your middle of year exam tests, and with your end of year exam tests. All of them are added together, and whoever gets the highest gets the first position in the class, whoever gets the second and third, and so on. And this year, we are contemplating and we are thinking about displaying first, second, third, fourth, fifth, all the way until the very bottom, to display all of these results on the display board inside the masjid. So everybody can see your results. We have still not decided whether we will be doing this, but I truly feel that this will be of great benefit to every single student. Those students that are doing well, it's a good chance for everybody to recognize that they are strong students, but also for the students that are not doing particularly well, when they see their names so low down and they feel the fact that I could have done a lot better, I could have done so much more better than that. I know I'm a clever boy, I'm a clever girl, I could have done far better. Maybe the reason my number is so low down the list is because maybe during the year I've been talking too much in class. Maybe I've been absent too much. Maybe I haven't been listening too much to the teacher. Maybe I've been fidgeting and talking and being a nuisance inside the classroom, and it's been preventing me from learning. Maybe I'm sitting next to somebody that is making me talk too much. Maybe I want to be the class clown, so I want to make everybody laugh and take them away from learning. Maybe I'm doing all of these things, but if I stop doing those things, then maybe I can do better in my exams. So maybe if we display the results of every single student on the board, it might actually encourage these students to do much better. Inshallah, that is the intended outcome. We might try it this year, see if the intended outcome actually comes into reality, and then maybe we might just make it a normal procedure that we do all the time. Because what happens normally is we only tell the first, second, and third, and then privately your parents get the results for everybody else. But this way, if we make it public and we put it on our board on display, inshallah, we're hoping that the intended outcome will be much better. Inshallah, on Thursday, the 19th of December, your parents will be getting your report, your student report on how well you have been doing, or if there's any need for you to improve. They will get that through the parent portal. And also they will get your exam results through the portal. They will be able to see in Quran how much you scored, in Basic Essentials how much you scored, in An-Nasiha how much you scored, and in Basic Essentials how much you scored. They will be able to see in all subjects what you scored. Then inshallah on Friday the 20th we will have a parents evening where they will get your exam papers back, and they will be able to see how well you did, and also the teacher will be able to discuss how well you're doing, and also if you're not doing so well, it is a chance for the teacher to explain all of that to your parent, inshallah. Now, I have two more points to mention. You will remember that in October we had a fun day for the B4 and B5s and the G4 and G5s only. And we had, for the B4 and B5s, we had a FIFA tournament and we had some food for them. And for the girls, mashallah, they had some rounders, football, table tennis, and they were able to enjoy themselves, and they had some food, and it was a fun day for them. And then we promised that inshallah in December we will be having another fun day, and inshallah we will open it for the rest of the classes. So as we promised, inshallah, whenever we promise something, inshallah, we do our complete best to keep that promise and to make it come into reality. So as promised, inshallah, on Saturday, 21st of December, which is after the parents' evening. After the parents' evening, on Saturday and Sunday, we will have fun days. So the Saturday and Sunday after the parents' evening will be the 2 days that we have fixed for the fun days. Now, before I show you these posters, I just want to break it down for you simply. On Saturday, 21st of December, from Dhuhr, which is 1 o'clock, until Maghrib, which is at 3:52. So it's about 3-4 hours in the masjid. Now, that time has been fixed for B2 and B3 and G2 and G3. So it's Saturday at Dhuhr time, B2 and B3, G2 and G3. You all come at Dhuhr time and you will stay until Maghrib. Now, during this time, there will be a small tournament and there is an entry fee of £1, and you will be provided with some refreshments, some light snacks, maybe some crisps, chocolates, drinks. There will not be actual hot food served, mainly because during this time, a lot of takeaways and restaurants are not actually open at that time. So we cannot purchase it during that time. So it's just a £1 entry fee. So you can see here the B2 and B3. There will be a FIFA tournament on PlayStation 4, and you pay £1, and inshallah you will get some snacks that you can eat while you're there. During this time, you can actually bring your own food as well. You'll be permitted to bring your own food as well. And you will only be able to eat the food that you bring on the dastarkhan that we will provide. Because the last thing that we want is for anybody to bring their own food and for it to then become a complete mess. So if you know that you're going to get really hungry during that time, bring some food and we will give you a dastarkhan and you can eat it during that time. But when you bring £1, we will give you some snacks during that time. So G2 and G3, same time, Saturday, 21st December, you come at Dhuhr and you will stay till Maghrib. You will bring £1 and inshallah you will get some snacks. And what you will be doing is we will have a tournament, not a FIFA tournament, but we will have a racing tournament on the TV screen. So it will be on a PlayStation 4 and we will have a tournament. The way that the tournaments work is knockouts. So the moment you lose, you're actually out of the tournament. And if you win, you're through to the next round. And there will be quarterfinals, semi-finals, and then we will have a final, and then we will have, at the end, we will have one winner, inshallah. It is just a bit of fun. It's not very serious. It's just a chance for everybody to get together inside the masjid and have a little bit of fun. So again, this is at Dhuhr time until Maghrib. Now, at Maghrib time, the G2 and G3, B2 and B3 classes will go home. Now, at Maghrib time, now the B4 and B5s will come. They will come at Maghrib and they will stay until Isha on the same day, Saturday, 21st of December. So Saturday, 21st of December, at Maghrib time, the B4 and 5 should come and they will stay until Isha. There is a £2 entry fee for the B4 and 5s because we will provide hot food, pizza and chips, inshallah, like we did last time. And we will do another FIFA tournament. MashaAllah, last FIFA tournament, we had Abdul Aziz from B5. He won the full tournament. Let's see, will he be able to keep his crown as the football FC24 king, or will somebody else dethrone him and take over as the FC24 champion on the fun day? So B4 and B5, you will come at Maghrib and you will stay until Isha, and same time the G4 and G5 will come at Maghrib and you will stay until Isha. Maghrib is at 3:52 and Isha is at 7:45. Inshallah, we will have a racing tournament for the G4 and G5 on the TV screen using the PlayStation, using PlayStation 4s, and there is a £2 entry fee for the G4 and 5s. This covers the cost of the hot food, the pizza and chips. So G4 and G5, we will provide you also with hot food, pizza and chips. The entry fee that we are taking from you goes towards purchasing all the snacks and the drinks and the food. That is what the entry fee is for. Then the next day, Sunday, 22nd of December, from Dhuhr until Maghrib, from 1 p.m. until Maghrib 3:52, the B1 and G1s. We will get you both to come in and we will have a racing tournament for B1 and G1. Now you might think that they might not be able to play. The game is very simple. It has three buttons. One is accelerator, one is a brake, and one is the analog stick to guide your car. It's a very simple game and it will be knockout stages. And inshallah, in the B1 and G1s, they will have a tournament on the screen and we will have one winner. And it is also a £1 entry fee for the B1 and G1s. And this covers the costs of the light snacks that we are going to provide, the drinks, the chocolates, the crisps, or whatever it is that we will provide on that day, any bakery items, that will cover the cost for that, inshallah. So as we promised, this is the fun day that we have kept. So Saturday, Sunday, we will have a fun day straight after the exams and straight after the parents' evenings and straight after the busy time. We can inshallah relax and have a fun day. So Saturday, Sunday will be our fun day. And last but not least, inshallah, just as a final reminder, we have our December holiday Hifz challenge, which I mentioned in the last assembly. So just a reminder, for the B1 and G1s, we fixed for you to memorize Surah Adiyat. For the B2 and G2, B3 and G3 class, the second category is to memorize the complete Surah Fajr. And for the 4 and 5 classes, boys and girls, to memorize the complete Surah Ar-Rahman. And you will be tested on Friday the 3rd of January after the Jumu'ah prayer. So Friday the 3rd of January is the Friday just before school starts. So you come for Jumu'ah, Jumu'ah's at 1 o'clock, and by about 1:30 we will start listening to everybody. Please expect to stay until about 6 o'clock, because last challenge we had in October, we finished about 5:30 or just 5:30, 6 o'clock. And bearing in mind we have Dhuhr and Asr and Maghrib that will come in between, this will also eat into the time of listening. So every student is listened to and they are given a sheet which explains every place that you got a mistake. Every person that participates in this challenge will be given a small cash reward. And inshallah, it is a means of encouragement for you to start your journey of hifz, inshallah. So we make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He makes this hifz journey easy for you. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it a means of your completing your journey of becoming a hafiz of the Quran. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it from all of you. And this concludes our assembly for today. Inshallah, every student is requested to work very hard during the time that you have from now until the exams. Put your head down, study at home, open up your books at home, use the interactive qaida at home if you're in B1 and G1, go over your Juz Amma, go over your Quran, try to fix your tajweed, go over your An-Nasiha books, read them, get familiar with them, read them in your own time, read them before bed, read them before you go to school, read them when you come back from school, read them on the way in the car from the house to the mosque if you're sitting in the car. Instead of just not using that time wisely, take your book out and use the 5-minute journey to go over your An-Nasiha books and also your basic essentials. Try to get familiar with the titles of everything. Try to get familiar with the memorizing of everything that you need to memorize. And inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for all of you. The reason why we have these exams is not to undermine anybody's ability, but to push and motivate you to actually learn and study so that you can actually go your whole adult life remembering these things that you learned in the madrasa. And last but not least, make dua for your teachers that they're working very, very hard behind all of you. Make dua for them constantly, daily. Make dua for them using their name. Make dua for your parents. Make dua that Allah accepts their efforts in bringing you to the masjid every day, fulfilling all of your needs, making the food for you, getting the clothes for you, providing a shelter for you, and being such loving parents to all of you. Make dua for them every single day, because when you make dua for your teachers and make dua for your parents, Allah then showers His special mercy upon you, and Allah will make your life easier. Allah will open up the doors of ease for you because now you're a beloved to Allah. And when Allah loves you, then He makes everything easy for you. And He will make everything easy for your parents. He will make everything easy for your teachers as well. Be good students. Be the best type of student that you can within class. Do not be a disruptor. Do not be a nuisance in class. Do not be a class clown. Be a positive member of your classroom. Encourage other people to study. If you're seeing that some students are not studying properly, encourage them with words, polite words. Say to them that you are not studying as the rest of the class is studying. If you were to put your head down, I believe in you, you would actually do really, really well in exams. Maybe those words of encouragement from a classmate will be the changing factor for them to start taking their exams seriously and taking their learning seriously. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make all of this a reality for all of you. May Allah accept all of the teachers' hard work once again. May Allah make the exam procedure easy for the students. May Allah make it easy for the teachers. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all of the hard work that is being put in behind all of you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept whatever we have done and whatever has been said. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. Lastly, we make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He returns our student Ahmed Haji Musa Al Hindi, who unfortunately Friday after school did not return back home. He did not return back home and he has been missing since. So Friday night, his parents slept without him. Saturday, full day, his parents were without him. Saturday night, the parents slept without him. Sunday, the parents spent full day looking for him. And Sunday, they spent the night without him. And now is Monday, and he's still not home. Now, we don't know where he is. We make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that he's safe and sound, and that he returns back home quickly and safely. This is just a reminder to all students to make dua for him that he returns back safely and quickly. And just as a reminder to all students to be safe when you are outside, when you're at school, never talk to strangers, be safe on public transport if that's how you're going, never talk to strangers, never take anything from strangers. If anybody is giving you a problem in the street, then always try and tell a passerby, always try and tell a member of public, always try and shout for help. And if your parents are dropping you and picking you up from school, then make sure when you cross the road you're being safe when you're watching. Make sure you come to the car straight away. Do not go for a wander when your parents are there, and they will end up worrying about you, where have you disappeared to? And if you're walking from masjid or to school, from school to the masjid, from the masjid, always be very careful. Never try to walk alone. Always try to walk in groups with a few people, and if possible, if your parents can actually come and pick you up and walk with you, this is the best case scenario. But if they are not able to, and you're walking home yourself or with a couple of people, then always walk in groups. And if for whatever reason you're walking alone, then get home as quickly as possible. That is not recommended to walk alone, especially when it is so dark, when it is so cold, when anything can happen, especially if you look at what has happened with Ahmed. Everybody is so worried about him. The last thing you want to do is to walk home alone. So, as far as possible, try to walk home in groups and try to get your parents to come and pick you up if they can. And if you cannot, then try to get home as quickly as possible. Read Ayatul Kursi while you're walking. When you're walking, try to read Ayatul Kursi. Allah will send the angels to come and protect you. So bear all of these things in mind, practical steps as well, that um, walk home as quickly as possible. And if need be, read Ayatul Kursi to keep you safe on the streets. This is the conclusion for today's exam assembly. Inshallah, everybody's once again requested to make dua for Ahmed Haji Musa Al Hindi, who's part of our madrasa. He's in the class B5. He studies at St. Thomas Aquinas, and the last time that anybody seen him was at home time on Friday, 2:40. That was the last time anybody seen him. Since then, nobody has seen him. Police are aware, and they are also looking for him. Parents are aware, everybody's looking for him. Friends and family, they're doing what they can, sharing everything on public platforms, and they're trying to get him found as soon as possible. You, as students, if you ever see him, tell your parents that you might have seen him somewhere, and they will, inshallah, look at the message and they can contact either the police or they can contact Ahmed's father, because the message that we are circulating also contains Ahmed's father's number. So make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala returns him safely. And last but not least, study hard for the exams. You can see here behind me, it says study for a better future. Study for a better future. You know, if you take your learning seriously, if you're always in the mindset that you do not know much more than you know, that you are more jahil than you are an alim, then this type of mentality will benefit you in your life. You will always learn about things. And a person that continuously learns and renews his knowledge is a very wise person. And studying everything related to your deen, studying everything in school, study anything and everything, and increase and widen your knowledge about everything. This will be very beneficial for you. It will be beneficial for you when you start your family. It will be beneficial for you when you become a leader to your family. This will definitely benefit you, and then you can in turn benefit your community. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept everything that has been said. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.